Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Zion Broadcast. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Samia Suluhu is now the winner. But as we speak, our election is being disqualified, as elections in Tanzania were neither free nor fair, says MEPS. And according to their statement, they read Samia Suluhu's State House in Tanzania and saying that it is now better for her to step down because the election over there was not held free and fair. In a joint statement on general election held on 29th October in TZ, leading MEPs urged all democratic partners to stand firm in defense of democracy and human rights. As Tanzanians went to the polls today, the international community watched with deep concern what should have been celebration of democracy instead unfolded in an atmosphere of repression, intimidation, and fear. These elections cannot be regarded as free and fair. The fraud did not begin at the ballot box. It has been unfolding for months. Opposition leaders have been harassed and arrested. Their parties have been excluded, and the civic space has been systematically dismantled. The arrest and ongoing trial for high treason of opposition leader Tundu Lissu, a man whose only crime was to demand free and fair elections, exemplaries the collapse of democratic values and judicial independence in Tanzania. Lissu must be released immediately and unconditionally. No election can be credible when the main opposition is silenced, when freedom of assembly and expression are denied, and when independent media are intimidated and censored. Reports of irregularities and obstruction of observers and targeted voice against critical voice have further eroded the integrity of the electorate process. Then lastly, we urge all democratic partners to stand firm in the defense of democracy and human rights. Silence is not neutrality. It is complicity. Then the statement is co-signed by David M. Alastair, EPP German chair of the European Parliamentary Committee on Foreign Affairs. In fact, I am very much shocked that this has been signed by the foreign electorate observers. They are saying that Samia Suluhu should not be declared a president-elect. But when you view Tanzania election, is so strange actually. And Samia Suluhu have decided to come out as a brave woman, but not a brave as such, to vandalize the Tanzanian constitution. People demonstrating while she has abducted some of the electorate leaders or observers to announce her officially as a winner. And now the competitor, remember, was Samia Suluhu Hassan. She had no any other competitor. Well, she detained Tundu Lissu, who was her own stiff competitor. Look at how this lady played the wananchi of Tanzania. She thought that power is permanent and power is something which is there and there forever. But little did she know that people are watching. God also is watching. Today you will use power to do anything, any source of intimidation. But you must understand that for you to become a leader, you must have some knowledge. You must have some wisdom in yourself. Regardless in the position you are, how much you have in the account, it doesn't matter how powerful you are, how beautiful you are. What matters is what we call leadership cool environment. Now, look at how she has ashamed herself. Instead of election observers to appreciate Samia Suluhu's winning earlier, free and fair in the election, in general election took place in Tanzania. They are now saying, no, we are doubting this election. This election must be null and void. It should not be announced as they had announced it. Now, it might be history that the Chief Justice in Tanzania will disqualify Samia Suluhu's election. It happens here in Kenya when the fourth president Uhuru Kenyatta manipulated election of the former prime minister, the late Raila Amolo Odinga. And in fact he won until Uhuru agreed. Then the deputy president, the current head of state, William Ruto, issued a stern warning to Uhuru Kenyatta because he was greedy for power. But Uhuru was ready to step down. But because of William Ruto, they decided to take over. And it happened. And Ruto did not know that Uhuru could have completed his term peacefully. And now is being called the former head of state. Even Ruto, even if he's had 100 years, will still be called the former head of state. So there's nothing permanent in this world. This is something which you must understand ourselves. We live and we invest with time. We write will. We write several things. We do things in time. But what we must understand that it is all about years deduction. So Samia Suluhu have done a serious mistake. Abducting innocent Tanzania, creating curfews, total shutdown, demonstrating, killing young souls, just fighting for their own justice. Now look at what she is now passing through. Our own election, the maps are saying, no, we don't trust this election. It might be held peacefully and release the competitor, then fight with him in the ballot. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your take? Drop your opinion at the comment section below.